Even though Caitlin Clark has publicly stated that her current European getaway is simply about rest and relaxation, many are starting to believe there could be more to it than just a break from basketball. While no official announcements have been made, speculation is mounting that Clark may be using this time to explore potential opportunities with European basketball clubs. Could this so-called vacation be the beginning of a major shift in her career? Whispers of European leagues trying to recruit Clark away from the WNBA are gaining traction, and the basketball world is watching closely. Let's take a closer look at the facts to determine whether Caitlin Clark's European trip is purely recreational or the start of something far more significant. After an historic rookie season in the WNBA, Clark decided to take a well-deserved break overseas, spending her off-season indulging in leisure activities like golf and sightseeing. On the surface, it looks like a simple vacation. In her own words, Clark joked about the uncertainty of her schedule, saying, "I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna do the next day. So maybe I'll play some golf. That's probably what I'll do until it gets too cold in Indiana, so I might as well become a professional golfer." But despite these lighthearted remarks, rumors continue to swirl that Clark could be quietly engaging with top European basketball organizations during her time abroad. Clark has openly expressed how much she enjoys playing golf, and she's made it clear that right now, she just wants a break from the demands of basketball. She explained, "It's gonna be nice just to step away from the spotlight, live my life, and do the things I want to do. I love talking to you all, but it'll be refreshing not to have to sit in front of a microphone multiple times a week. I really appreciate everything you do, but I'm looking forward to some relaxation." However, considering the financial benefits and improved conditions that European basketball often provides, it's not surprising that many are questioning whether her trip might be more strategic than it appeared. Clark has stated that she has no intention of playing overseas during this offseason, yet the timing of her European visit has certainly raised a few eyebrows. Could she be quietly testing the waters, meeting behind the scenes with representatives from some of Europe's elite teams? European basketball is often described as more skill-focused and less physically intense than the WNBA, a style many believe perfectly complements Clark's strengths as a shooter and playmaker. Combine that with the significantly higher paychecks that many European clubs offer, and it's easy to see why these rumors are gaining traction. Basketball insiders and fans alike are speculating about the possibility of Clark leaving the WNBA, a move that could dramatically reshape the sport. There's no denying that European leagues are willing to pay far more than the WNBA, especially for a player like Caitlin Clark, who is already one of the most marketable figures in all of women's basketball. The financial pull might simply be too compelling to ignore. Though Clark insists she's just enjoying her off-season, the idea that this vacation might also serve as a business trip is difficult to dismiss. After all, it wouldn't be the first time an athlete used a vacation as cover for high-level negotiation. Countries like Italy and France are home to prestigious basketball leagues that offer premier contracts, and Clark's style of play built around finesse and sharp shooting could make her a standout in European competition. If she does choose to make that leap, she wouldn't be the first WNBA star to take her talents abroad in search of better pay and conditions. It would be logical for Clark to hold private talks with European clubs before making any public declaration. Perhaps she's weighing her options, listening to offers, and deciding what's best for her future behind closed doors. Elite European teams like Real Madrid or Virtus Bologna could provide Clark with a global platform, allowing her to shine on the international stage, while also granting her the financial security the WNBA has yet to make. Her rookie season with the Indiana Fever was nothing short of phenomenal, breaking records, drawing record crowds, and revitalizing the franchise, but the league's physical style of play and lower compensation have sparked ongoing questions about whether the WNBA is truly the best fit for a generational talent like Clark. Now the big question looms, will Clark remain in the WNBA? Or will she entertain the possibility of a European chapter in her career? Her standout qualities, elite shooting, high basketball IQ, and offensive vision, seem tailor-made for the European game, where the emphasis on ball movement and skill might allow her to flourish further without the bruising physicality that has defined her WNBA experience. And then there's the timing of it all. With so many opportunities unfolding across the globe, and alternative leagues like the Breanna Stewart-backed Unrivaled League emerging, Clark suddenly finds herself at a crossroad. Making the move to Europe would not only be a sound financial decision, it would elevate her status as a truly global basketball icon. Could she be the next superstar to exit the WNBA in search of better opportunities overseas? For elite athletes, it's not uncommon to keep big career moves under wraps until the time is right. Clark has played it cool, talking about golf and vacation, but it's clear that if an offer from Europe were to come her way, she'd be in a powerful position to take. Should she leave the WNBA, the impact would be seismic. The league has heavily promoted Caitlin Clark as one of its biggest future stars, and her exit would mark a major shift for both her and the league at large. But if European clubs offer better money and a more compatible style of play, can the WNBA afford to lose its brightest star? With all the chatter about potential backdoor negotiations in Europe, fans are left wondering if a major announcement is right around the corner, one that could change the face of women's basketball forever. Clark herself said, "It's going to be nice just to step away from the spotlight, live my life and do things that I want to do. I love talking to you all, but it'll be refreshing not to have to sit in front of a microphone multiple times a week." These words may offer a clue into her mindset, someone who's not just tired physically, but emotionally as well. Beyond the physical grind, there are deeper tensions bubbling beneath the surface, most notably the growing racial discourse that has engulfed the league. Alyssa Thomas recently made headlines after the Indiana Fever's playoff defeat, accusing some of Clark's supporters of racism, stating she had never encountered such racial hostility in her 11-year WNBA. Rather than focusing on the game, Thomas used her platform to suggest that Clark's rise in popularity may be partially rooted in racial bias. Her statement wasn't just about anonymous trolls online, it was a direct attack on the new wave of WNBA fans, many of whom are following the league because of Clark's presence. Implicit in the accusation was the idea that Clark's fame was tied to her predominantly white fan base, rather than her actual performance on the court. For Clark, who has poured her heart and soul into her game, such a narrative must feel incredibly disheartening. Alyssa Thomas went even further, claiming, "Honestly, it's been a lot of nonsense. In my 11-year career, I've never experienced racial comments like this from a fan base. We were dealing with a serious issue, and it's just unacceptable." This wasn't just a commentary on racism in society. It was framed as a direct consequence of Clark's emergence and the audience she has attracted. And as Thomas alluded to, it wasn't just fans who were implicated. She also criticized other players for stoking the flames of racial tension in the league. Caught in the middle of this storm, Clark has remained relatively quiet, but her weariness is obvious. After the Fever's playoff loss, she admitted, "I feel like I'm getting hammered. Opponents get away with things against me that others wouldn't. I appreciate Chrissy getting that technical foul, but the physical toll has been exhausting." She made it clear that she needed a break, not just from basketball, but from everything surrounding it. "I need a reset. I need to escape all of this," she said. That escape may come in the form of European basketball, which could offer her a more balanced environment, free from the racial controversies and overly aggressive style of play that have defined her WNBA experience. Since entering the league, Clark has brought with her a wave of new interest. Indiana's home game attendance rose by over 400%, league ticket sales increased by 60%, and her jersey became the highest-selling item in WNBA history. Losing her wouldn't just be a blow to the Indiana Fever, it would be a catastrophe for the league.